You're listening to the Hidden Killers podcast with Tony Bruschi.
I'm going to turn our attention to a case that we have not really talked about at all yet, but I think is definitely deserving of our attention. We're talking about the search for missing Minnesota mother, Madeline Kingsbury. Lots going on in this story, and I want to break it down for you since it's the first time we're talking about it. In its entirety, from beginning of what we know, which this started about 2 weeks ago when she went missing, to where things are at today. So let's jump into that, and we're going to continue to cover this one here on the podcast. The mysterious disappearance of 26-year-old mother Madeline Kingsbury from Winona, Minnesota, has left that community very much on edge, as it would any community when a mother who's 26 goes missing. The investigation is now entering its third week almost. We're at the end of the second week. A massive search effort is underway to locate Kingsbury, who's also known as Maddie. Investigators have deemed her disappearance involuntary and suspicious, with no solid leads as to her whereabouts thus far. Meanwhile, Adam Farvel, the father of Kingsbury's children, faces legal battles and accusations. On March 31st, Farvel and Kingsbury dropped their two children, aged 2 and 5, off at daycare in Maddie's minivan. Winona police say Farvel told them that after he and Maddie drove home, he left alone in the van. When he returned later that day, Maddie was gone. The nature of Farvel and Kingsbury relationship at the time of her disappearance remains unclear at this moment. Farvel, who was facing a myriad of accusations regarding Maddie's disappearance, insists there was a statement released by his attorney that he had nothing to do with it. In the statement, Farvel expresses his desire for Maddie to be found and brought home safely to their two children. He claims that law enforcement advised him not to attend press conferences or to participate in searches due to safety concerns. However, that does seem to be contradicted by a spokesperson for the Bureau of Criminal Apprehension, otherwise known as BCA there. Bonnie Bowman denied knowledge of any law enforcement advising Farvel against attending news conferences or searching for Madeline. Farvel's attorney, Zach Bauer, maintains that Farvel is innocent and hopes law enforcement is keeping an open mind on the investigation. According to court documents, Farvel does not have custodial rights to the two children. On April 4th, police and child protection workers removed the kids from Farvel's home, citing the possibility of exposure to criminal activity in the children's home. Farvel is currently contesting the child protection case in court. Despite these challenges, Bauer reiterated that Farvel had nothing to do with Maddie's disappearance and will continue cooperating with law enforcement. The search for Madeline Kingsbury continues. The community remains hopeful that she'll be found and returned to her family. A multi-agency search effort is ongoing to find the missing mother and bring her home. Teams are combing the areas near her home, along highways where the van was seen traveling for any clues. Searches have been conducted on foot, in vehicle, by water, by air. Winona Police Chief Tom Williams emphasized that no stone is being left unturned. We're using every tool at our disposal. In an effort to gather more information, investigators are asking residents in Winona County and Fillmore County to review their home security footage for any sign of Kingsbury's minivan between the 31st of March and April 1st. Additionally, residents and landowners in the city of Winona, Wilson Township, and Hillsdale Township are asked to search their property for anything suspicious or out of the ordinary. In an emotional press conference on Wednesday, Kingsbury's sister announced a $50,000 reward for information leading to her sister's whereabouts. She pleaded with the public to help, emphasizing that family is everything to her. The family's heartbreak and determination to find Maddie have resonated within the community, drawing support from hundreds of neighbors and friends. Currently, all possibilities regarding Kingsbury's disappearance are being considered by police, who have not ruled out foul play. Chief Williams confirmed that the case is being investigated as both a missing person and potential foul play situation based on the available evidence. Despite there being no suspects or persons of interest at this time, the investigation appears to be focusing on the movements of Kingsbury's minivan on the day of the disappearance. Surveillance footage captured a minivan matching the description of the van driving from the home along highways and through Winona County and Fillmore County before heading back to the house. After the vehicle returned home, it's not believed to have gone anywhere else. During the press conference, police refused to disclose who was driving the van, stating that it was not information they could share at this time. Chief Williams also noted that there is nothing to indicate that she left the residence on foot or in another vehicle, further deepening the mystery surrounding Kingsbury's disappearance. Thankfully, the two children are safe. Does not appear to be any immediate threat to the public, according to police. As the search for Madeline Kingsbury continues, the community's determination to find her and return her to her family remains strong. The emotional toll of her disappearance weighs heavily on her loved ones. The public is encouraged to remain vigilant, and anyone with information that could lead to Kingsbury's whereabouts is urged to come forward.
This is an examination of the hidden human condition.
This is the Hidden Killers Podcast.
The Hidden Killers Podcast.
With Tony Bruschi.
We're going to bring you that press conference in its entirety as well, so you can take a listen to that on another post here on our podcast feed that'll be coming up very shortly as we continue to monitor this situation and spread awareness about missing Madeline Kingsbury. I'm Tony Bruschi. Stay with us.